Hi, this is Aoife from Women's Health Dublin.ie. I'm just going to chat about those first few days after baby arrives, what to expect, what's normal, or what's common, should I say, rather than normal. What did you expect in terms of that recovery period? So, obviously, everyone is different. What I'm going to talk today about is my own experience, and just to help normalize all of this for everyone out there, or again, to know what should they expect afterwards. So, see your GP or see your pelvic health physio if you have anything that you're concerned about and really you need individualized advice. This is just my experience. So, I am 8 days postpartum. So my baby was born 8 days ago by vagina delivery. I was induced. I had my waters broken then, and I didn't have an epidural. My baby was 10 pounds, 12 ounces, so just about 11 pounds, 2 weeks over, well cooked. And I didn't have a tear. I'm a women's health physio. No, and I probably have good genes, and I definitely had good technique. Um, so in terms of my recovery, obviously, if you do tear, there is a little bit more pain down there. If you do have an episiotomy, which sometimes you just need and it can be really helpful, again, there can be more pain down there. So for me, I definitely felt really numb. Obviously, there's swelling for everyone. So, when you're first going to the toilet, be it for a bowel movement or your first pee, everything can feel really weird and you don't know what to expect. And peeing can be a bit stingy, again, if you have stitches. So a couple of things I've advised in my stories that I'm just going to go through again here is the squeezy water bottle. So when you are going for a pee, they say pee in the shower. Now, maybe you don't want to get in the shower 10 times a day, but what you can do is leave a bottle of filtered water by the toilet in a sports bottle and just squeeze down there so that you kind of dilute the urine so it's less acidic, and that can be way more comfortable. The other thing I found was kind of trying to direct yourself on the toilet to maybe get your stream of urine going in a different direction so that it's not aiming for the stitches, depending on where those stitches are. That might last for the first few days, week, maybe 2 weeks. Shouldn't be an ongoing thing. Really common at the very beginning, but should be improving. Keep yourself hydrated. So again, your concentration of urine's not too acidic, and eat well. And avoiding your fizzy drinks and loads of sugar and things like that, just to help the pH balance down below. The other thing I advise is putting your maternity pads into the freezer. Put them in a sandwich bag, take them out one at a time, and they have a lovely cooling effect. On the pads, you could spray a bit of Spritz for Bits by Expert Midwife, or you can spray it directly onto your vagina or your vulva area. I have contacted Spritz for Bits and they assure me that it's okay to use the product even when you have stitches, so even from day one. On my first pregnancy, I just used aloe vera gel and witch hazel, which were cheap. One good thing about the Spritz for Bits is it's very handy, the spray, I have to say. So it's more expensive, but you're not going to buy more than one bottle. You leave it in the fridge and you can easily just spray it down below. And spray it on your pad so it's nice and clean. And again, they assure me that it's okay to use on stitches. With the witch hazel and the aloe vera gel, I wasn't so sure on my first. So I didn't have stitches this time, but the company have assured me that it's fine to use on them. The other thing I recommend is when you are maybe having a bowel movement for the first few days is to support the perineum. So that's the space between your vagina and your back passage. Get one of your maternity pads and just press it in that area so that when you're going for a bowel movement, if you have to push or strain, which we want to avoid as much as we can, that you're supporting the perineum, because that's usually where your stitches are, where there's injured, where it's weak from the pushing. And if you've had a section, you might want to support your lower tummy. If you're having a bowel movement, we really want to let that tummy muscle relax. And so we don't want to be straining and pushing down into it. So supporting your lower tummy with your hands or a towel could be really helpful. The thing about vaginal delivery versus C-section is a lot of women will still experience a lot of the same symptoms after baby's born. So back pain, like you have had a big baby in your tummy, comes out, abdominal muscles are completely shot. You now have to, turn in bed, get up, lift the baby out of their crib, carry them around all day. Maybe you're breastfeeding. So for a lot of new mums, or, when you've just had your baby, you're going to have some back pain. For me, on day 8, I'd say my back pain's 90% better. On day 2 or 3, it was quite bad. But definitely, as my whole body has started to recuperate, my back has felt better. If your back doesn't feel better, obviously go and see a physio. You might need some help and ask for more help at home with lifting. You might find the use of a sling is really helpful, or it could irritate it. So for sure, back pain can be for vaginal delivery or for a section. My pelvic girdle pain, anyone's been following me, I had pelvic girdle pain from 30 weeks right till the end, just like my first pregnancy. It didn't hamper my labor. It was still there after I delivered. It was probably about 40% better. Now, 8 days later, I'd say it's about 90% better. So yesterday I did a big 90-minute walk, met a friend of mine, was dying to see her. And we went on a big walk, and 3 days before that I'd done my first walk, and I did about 20 minutes, and I was so slow. So I really didn't push myself this week. I've just focused all week on my recovery, rest,